All right, so this is going to be part four of the How to Survive with Nothing series. And I'm probably going to remake all of these and do kind of like a condensed bullet point video, like edited real nice. Fire up my old laptop, get some video editing stuff down there. But I'm just doing this, I'm just posting these for now, just for posterity. So, in the last video, I talked about implants and tracking in a situation where you've been like a captive. So, in that video, I said at the beginning that I was going to talk about mentality, and I never got to that really. So, this video is going to be mostly about mentality. Mentality is very, 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 very important in any survival situation, and any survivalist worth their salt will tell you that it's your state of mind that will win in a survival situation. It's the difference between living and dying is your state of mind, and by state of mind, anyone who says that they don't mean knowledge, they don't mean knowing certain techniques or things like that. What they mean is psychological strength and willpower. Now, in a situation like a you've been captured by people who are very hostile and have been wearing you down for a while. You might be in a situation where, if or when you do manage to escape, not just physically may you be injured and weakened, but mentally you may be injured and weakened. And by that, there are many ways that can go down. Perhaps you're of a particular political or religious persuasion, and it doesn't matter. What your beliefs are politically, religiously, and so on. This information applies to everyone, and if you are captured by someone who is hostile toward you, chances are they're going to either know already or find out what your belief system is, and they're going to attempt to break it down. They're going to attempt to make you do things and do things to you, which will be violating your deeply held beliefs. For example, if you are well, you know what? I won't even go into examples. There are many examples out there, countless examples of this, and you can go out and find them. But the main tactic, the main psychological tactic that they'll be using on you is finding ways to humiliate you and to make you debase yourself and do things that you feel will be shameful and unforgivable in the eyes of, say, your deity or your political allies. So, or even just strategically, they'll be trying to make you do things that you don't believe in. If you're part of anywhere from, a religious organization, or you were captured by, say, a rival gang if you're in organized crime, or you are captured by an enemy military if you're in the military as a soldier, or you're captured by a kidnapper and you're of a particular, say, sexual orientation, or of a particular, what's another example? I can't think of one off the cuff right now, but what they'll do is they'll do things to make you grind yourself down and debase yourself. So, for example, let's go with the example of being either a soldier in a military or a quasi-criminal or militia organization, what have you. I'm not concerned with the, whatever your national laws may be against it, specific things like that, and I'm not speaking specifically either. I'm avoiding mentioning specific religions, specific political beliefs, and specific laws and so on in this, because these things are not necessarily relevant to what I'm talking about. These things are truths for everyone. These will cover all kinds of people, regardless of who you are. So if you're supposed to be someone who is supposed to keep strategic information about your allies' secret, they will try their hardest to make you divulge secrets. And it may not even be secrets that they necessarily need to know. They may be just making you, one like popular lingo for this is to snitch. And obviously interrogation is the word used for the process that they'll be doing on you. And if they can make you say something that you believe you shouldn't have said, under a lot of pain and humiliation, they finally made you say something that doesn't just help them by knowledge, by they know something that they gain an advantage from knowing. That's not even necessarily the point. The real damaging point that a good and brutal sadistic interrogator will know is they want to make you humiliate yourself, shame yourself. So if you can say something that may not even be useful to them, but makes you feel like you violated a code of honor, a code of silence, makes you say something blasphemous against your religion even, or makes you say something that goes against your instincts, or whether that be sexual instincts or whatever, they will have gained a lot over you in the sense that they're psychologically damaging you, which is the real goal of a lot of interrogation techniques. Because if you can damage the mind, crack away at it, it'll fragment and the person will be weakened and able to, you can do all kinds of things to a person who has been psychologically fragmented. So, mentality in this situation comes down to not giving your interrogator anything. So when I say not giving them anything, sometimes there are coded exceptions, whether it be if you're in the military, like you give name, rank, and number. If you're, say, pulled over by a cop in a traffic stop, you give them license and registration. Certain faiths, certain religious faiths will say that if you're a member of that faith, you have to declare it to an enemy, especially. But I would say that in your interest, it is best to say absolutely nothing, and to be a nobody, to be a faceless person. Okay, so if you can manage to give them no information, not even a name, not an excuse, not a lie, nothing, keep your lips sealed and throw away the key and say absolutely nothing when you are captured, is in your best interest. That's the best thing you can do. And you may be severely threatened, you may be severely harmed for that practice. But what you will gain by doing that is 1,000 times greater than any kind of physical loss they might be able to put on you. Because as soon as you start giving them the words from the tongue, even if they're lies, even if you think you're a master manipulator, I'll tell you, a person who is a master manipulator with words All of that becomes kind of useless when you're in a extremely submissive position. You can, but it is unlikely that you're going to weasel your way out of it with words. So it is best to keep your mouth shut completely. Even if keeping your mouth shut violates law, even if it violates code that you may have been told by your, say, commanding officers or your religious leaders or your political leaders. Say, if you're a member of a certain political ideology, you feel the need to kind of like speak your piece and make like a fiery speech against your captors who may be of an opposing ideology. You don't want to do any of these things. You don't. You want to keep completely silent and just act like a monk. Pretend you took a vow of silence. Soon as the zip ties or the cuffs or whatever it is, or the rope is on you, just don't say a word. Don't say a word. Don't say a single intelligible word at all. Nothing. Do not ask them for anything. Don't ask them for food or water or for less pain or a convenience or to leave. Say nothing. Nothing at all. And rely on your skills. And I'm going to be going over some skills. The toolbox of skills for escape of a captive situation is huge. So I'm not going to pretend to know even a fraction of these tools, but I do know some. So I'll teach you what I know. But the most important part is your silence. Not only is it going to confound your captor completely and really frustrate them, it is also going to empower you psychologically to be completely silent. Completely silent. Now, this, you got to remember, one word, that's all it takes, and it's all downhill from there. They may be in a position where they don't even know what your voice sounds like. If they don't know what your voice sounds like, if you get the impression that they've never heard you speak before, that is excellent. Keep them in the dark. Keep the sound of your voice a secret from them, okay? So they might, resort to getting you to scream in pain or something. Try not even to do that, okay? So if you can, the thing about this is if you're in a high stress situation, okay, the reason behind this strategy, the logic behind it is if you're in a high stress situation and you're being tortured and interrogated and all that, it's better to keep things simple. You know that old the acronym KISS, keep it simple, stupid. It is the simplest thing just to remember. Be quiet, shut up, don't say anything. Just be quiet. Simple to remember, right? Instead of remembering all these like counter interrogation things to say and ways to verbally manipulate people and, Machiavellian ways to, snake around words and, memorize these big political speeches and all that shit. No, keep it simple and stay quiet. So that is one part of mentality. That's gonna do wonders for your mental state in captivity or in a situation where you're confronted by a hostile enemy who has you at a disadvantage and is going to, put you either in harm's way or give you a hard time. Just keep quiet. Don't say a thing. A lot of people are tripped up because they think, because a lot of people have been taught from childhood that if they say something to explain themselves, that they're going to have an easier time. This is not true, okay? The person who can intimidate by silence has the power. They are actually in control. So even if a person has all the guns pointed at you, has the restraints on you, has you in their domain, their castle, their fortress, their base, whatever. If you are silent as a stone, you're in control. You are in control, for real. There's nothing more intimidating than a strong mind. Nothing. And the fieriest speeches, while they can have an impact, are not always going to work. Okay, they can, but they're not always going to work. And again, the reason for silence is simplicity. Simplicity and maintaining your mental integrity. Very simple to remember. Okay, so I'm going to talk more about mindset in the next video. But for now, this video is basically about the importance of silence in a situation, in a survival situation, in a captive situation. If you can, after capture, after you've escaped, if you can still maintain your silence, especially with strangers who may be neutral or potentially hostile and you aren't sure, it's best to say nothing. Don't try to say like, oh, I'm this or that person. The more you tell people and the more you interact with people verbally in a situation where you're in hostile or potentially hostile territory, the less you say, the better. So just remember that. Silence is power. All right.